I mean, there's a million stories and conspiracy theories out there right now. So me, I'm just waiting on the judgment day because I don't know. I never really experienced none of the bad stuff that everybody talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I do see some stuff that's weird. Like you can't go to jail for baby oil. Why is this even a part of the? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just certain things that don't ring right to me. But I'm not one of the people that's gonna believe everything I hear anyway.
And what I witnessed was a sober Sean and a regular Sean. Like when he's regular, he's very cool, very giving, like it will invite you to dinner, you know what I mean? Feed you around this table. What up, Playboy, what up? Be very excited. Then I saw a high Sean too, which was very dangerous. Well, my thing with Roger Bonds was like, I had an issue with him and I was kind of like nervous around them because I was in the email and I saw some things in a personal email that threw me off guard.
Like what?
I don't want to go into details right now, but it just threw me off guard, you know what I mean? To make me be like, you know what I mean? Like I understand you crying now and of the trauma that you've seen, but what about me, bro? Like what about the trauma you put me through when I read that email?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it's just not like Sean that's guilty. They're all guilty, man. Like, and I don't just put the blame on Sean. I blame everybody that's in his circle.
Crazy because day 26, they came on.
Like girls?
Yeah. What the hell? Now, mind you, they went on Vlad to start crying, just not of some, I guess, some unspeaking horrors that they had to go through.
Crying and harming.
Yeah. These are five niggas crying.
Did it?
They talk about stuff like the Illuminati.
Wow, you gonna go that far?
Yeah, I'm going there.
You going far now?
We're going.
Yeah, I see that. I don't think you're ready for that.
I think we are.
I really like lost myself for like years, and I don't cry about this no more because I'm stronger. But it's like I was going crazy, bro.
You broke because
I don't get it. I don't know why somebody would do that to a talented, passionate people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we talented, passionate people. I don't understand.
Well, you said that you've seen the drugged out Diddy.
Yeah.
What would happen during those times?
Well, I mean, I'll keep it very short. Things felt very sacrificial.
Shit. Okay, explain.
I can't, and I don't want to sound like I'm a conspiracy person too. You know what I mean? Because I'm not.
Sacrificial.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.
All right, guys, real quick before we get into today's video, I would like to say thank you. Thank you to every single person that's been supporting me on this channel, on my journey. Obviously, as a lot of you all should know, I recently decided that I'm going to be doing YouTube full time from now, which is a really big commitment. And about 2.5 weeks ago, I started a Patreon. The amount of support that I have received has far exceeded my expectations. So this is what I'm going to do as a thank you. Starting next month, even though I just started the Patreon, starting next month, I'm going to start doing a monthly giveaway. And I'm going to start off with $50. $50, and maybe I'll do like a random drawing, you know, on camera for you all to be able to see, so everything is transparent. And I'm going to name the person. I'm going to, and if I name you, I'm going to pin your comment. I want you to comment in the comment section saying something like thank you or something. I'm going to pin your comment in the comment section, and I'm going to give you a shout out at the end of every video, so everything is transparent. And every 50 people that become a paid member of the Patreon going forward, I'm going to increase the giveaway amount by $50. That's my way of saying thank you. Again, thank you so much for the love and support. Now let's get into the video. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Diddy Got a Podcast. And of course, I'm your host, Diddy, back up in this bitch with another video. Listen, about 7 or 8 months ago, we were able to cover Diddy's connection to the passing of Michael Jackson. And this is how we were able to do it. If you remember, last year, this guy by the name of Rodney, right, Lil Rodney, who was a producer that worked with Diddy. Remember, he was one of the first people to sue Diddy. In this lawsuit, Rodney talks about how essentially what we've been saying on this channel for a while now, Diddy is not who we think he is. A lot of people look at Diddy, and I've said it many times on this channel, a lot of people look at Diddy and say hard work, came up in the industry, had all the connections, was able to bring all these people up, was connected to Biggie, connected to Tupac, Jay-Z, all these different people. When again, we've been able to prove on this channel, these people have been infiltrated and these people have been placed in position, because everything in this video is alleged, but allegedly, Diddy is a CIA asset or a CIA plant. Here's more proof to point to that. In this lawsuit by Lil Rodney, Rodney details how, you know, Diddy did a lot of things over the years and was able to get away with it, and including pow-powing somebody. Diddy and his son allegedly pow-powed somebody, and got away with it because whenever things like this happen, including the nightclub incident and other situations over the years with Jennifer Lopez and other people in the industry, whenever something happens with Diddy, there is a person that they call that's associated with the LAPD. This person's name is Fahid or something like that. They call this person, he shows up, and he's able to clean it up, and they're able to present the crime scene in a way in which it appears to be an accident or you never ever connected back to Diddy directly. Well, this same person, Fahid, who whatever his name is that they would call that's connected to the LAPD, this same person was one of two people that was present when Michael Jackson passed away. Now, is this a coincidence? Of course it's not a coincidence, because Rod talks about in this interview how Diddy is a part of a quote-unquote homosexual blackmailing ring that happens in the music industry and essentially Hollywood, where they do things similar to Jeffrey Epstein. They place other celebrities, and he actually named celebrities in the lawsuit, people like Cuba Gooding Jr. They place these people in positions, get them to do things with children on camera and other things that they're embarrassed about, and they hold it over their heads, right? Why is this important? Because Diddy wasn't the first person to start this. He's not the person to create all these things. He is on the link in the chain, and he has people that he has to answer to. And the reason why it took so many people so much time to even say anything or to sue him was because people was afraid for their lives. So now that Diddy has been locked up, several people have come out of the woodworks and have been sharing things about Diddy, as we all know. Some people willing to go all the way and say what they've witnessed. Some people not so much. And we're going to start off with somebody who worked with Diddy, who's willing to give us a little bit of what he witnessed and some of the evil things he witnessed. But he's, to this day, even with Diddy going through the current situation, for whatever reason, he's not comfortable enough. He doesn't feel safe enough. He's not in a position to share everything that he witnessed, but he's willing to give us enough where we can do the rest of the guessing. And we're going to start off with the group Day 26. And I have to say, I feel away. How did I never see this interview? In all seriousness, because I'm going to assume a lot of you all saw it and y'all didn't tell me about it, man. And I feel away about it because I don't know how I missed it. But there's a group called Day 26, which is a group that Diddy helped put together doing this show called Making the Band. Day 26 work with Diddy. I want you all to take a listen to this group talk about some of the things that they experienced while working with Diddy, including how there was an evil email that one of the members of this group named Q came across, couldn't believe what he had read, and when asked by the interviewer, what did you read, what did you see that spooked you so badly, Q responds and says, I can't say too much, but I will say that things started to seem very sacrificial, and proceeded to, fighting back tears, talk about some of the things that he witnessed, how he couldn't understand why Diddy would do some of the things that he was doing, and how he was deliberately hurting people, talking about how Diddy was completely two different people when he was on drugs, when he was off of drugs, saying that he don't want to lean too much into the conspiracy theories, but he would just say that the things that he witnessed spooked him so badly, y'all, that it got to a point where he, to this day, receives shots in his arms because the doctor has officially diagnosed him as schizophrenic and bipolar, primarily based off of the things that he witnessed with Diddy. After I play this clip, I'm going to tell you all what I think it is that they witnessed, because they'll never say it in this interview. But you have 5 grown men crying in this interview because of what they witnessed with Diddy, what they experienced with Diddy. Once this clip is over, I'm going to tell you what I think they witnessed, and then I'm going to play another clip of somebody else from the show Making the Band who decided to go all the way and tell you exactly what Diddy was doing, what he witnessed Diddy do, why Diddy was able to get away with it so much because of the secret order or whatever it is that Diddy is a part of that runs the music industry. And then I'm going to end the video telling you who Diddy's bosses are and why they allowed him to get away with it.
I mean, there's a million stories and conspiracy theories out there right now. So me, I'm just waiting on the judgment day because I don't know. I never really experienced none of the bad stuff that everybody talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I do see some stuff that's weird. Like you can't go to jail for baby oil. Why is this even a part of the? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just certain things that don't ring right to me. And I'm not one of the people that's gonna believe everything I hear anyway.
And what I witnessed was a sober Sean and a regular Sean. Like when he's regular, he's very cool, very giving. Like it will invite you to dinner, you know what I mean? Feed you around this table. What up, Playboy? What up? Be very excited. Then I saw a high Sean too, which was very dangerous. Well, my thing with Roger Bonds was like I had an issue with him, and I was kind of like nervous around them because I was in the email and I saw some things in a personal email that threw me off guard.
Like what?
I don't want to go into details right now, but it just threw me off guard. You know what I mean? To make me be like, you know what I mean? Like I understand you crying now and of the trauma that you've seen, but what about me, bro? Like what about the trauma you put me through when I read that email?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's just not like Sean that's guilty. They're all guilty, man. Like, and I don't just put the blame on Sean. I blame everybody that's in his circle. They're all millions and they want to be like him. And if they can't be like him, they try to come against him. If they don't got the money or they can't get it as quick as him or whatever he's doing to get it, you know, then all of a sudden it's like, let's turn against him now. You know what I mean? Because I guess whatever, I don't know.
Well, you said that you've seen the drugged out Diddy.
Yeah.
What would happen during those times?
Well, I mean, I'll keep it very short. Things felt very sacrificial.
Shit.
Okay, explain.
I can't, I don't want to sound like I'm a conspiracy person too. You know what I mean? Because I'm not. But when you're under a power, man, it's just I can't go into details now, but sir, like I'll tell you, it felt like some sacrificial stuff was going on, man. Like it felt very scary and weird to where I ran to get help. I ran to my doctor. I spoke up with my family. I spoke up to people around me because I was like, if this is true and I'm caught missing or dead or something, I want you guys to know facts and the truth of what I'm going through and experiencing.
Did you have this conversation with the rest of the group?
Yeah, they know.
So when you guys heard this,
We was in tears. Like,
oh,
yeah.
wow.
In tears. Real, I love my brother, what's going on, tears. Real hurt, pain. Like,
I got to get an injection in my arm every month for mental health now for the rest of my life.
What's the
They diagnosed me as schizophrenic and bipolar. The same thing kind of like what Fred said he was going through, but I didn't experience suicide thoughts. I experienced other thoughts of being harmed and stuff.
Yeah, I have people in my family who are both schizophrenic and other people that have been bipolar.
Yeah, it's real scary when you got to keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
You start doing things. I was like walking around Rochester, bro. Like it's like I really like lost myself for like years. And I don't cry about this no more because I'm stronger. But it's like I was going crazy, bro, trying to figure out like what's going on. And the things that I was feeling are coming to light now, and I'd be like, whoa, that had to be God. You know, intervening and removing me from that situation because it could have got really, really bad. So,
Yeah, man, I'm sorry to go through that.
it's okay.
Yeah. But at least they found something that actually helps you out to stabilize you. 'Cause I think a lot of people, they self-medicate, whether it's with pills or whatever else. Yeah, man, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
not good, bro.
I'll give you guys a minute.
Yeah, I guess like if this one never came out, I still would have been secret about it. I wouldn't just like snitch.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not no snitch. Like I was gonna just deal with it. And I don't know why somebody that evil would.
You broke my glass?
I don't get it. I don't know why somebody would do that to a talented, passionate people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we talented, passionate people. I don't understand. No, it's okay, bro. I don't understand why someone would sit down and think about hurting someone. I don't know, or laugh about it after they do it. You know, like I don't get it. That's why I said none of them are innocent.
One of the most heartbreaking interviews I've ever watched. And I will say that what could be so bad that all these years later, you have 5 grown men sitting in the interview holding back tears, fighting themselves from saying things, saying what they want to say. One could say, well, because of legal reasons, this is why. They may be sued. They probably signed NDAs. And then another person could look at this interview and say, there's one or two things that they probably experienced. The obvious one, I believe, is abuse. I believe at least one of these people in this interview, in this band, in this group, was more than likely assaulted by Diddy and had to receive years of counseling for it. And when you hear the particular member Q saying things like, I just wanted him to apologize. Imagine how badly something has to be where you're not going to sue him. You're not going to press charges. You don't even want to harm him. You don't want his life to end. You just want him to say the words, I apologize, when your mental health may have forever changed. And then the other thing I think is very, very likely is I believe that they witnessed something with children. What else would make 5 grown men sit in an interview like this and openly cry? What would do it? What would do it? If you witnessed something with a child or children that you weren't supposed to see, you weren't supposed to know about, or maybe you were supposed to know about it, and it was used as a blackmailing thing to hold over your head. Well, those are members of Day 26 who participated in the show making of the band, who for whatever reasons, legal, maybe they fear for their life, or other reasons, spiritual reasons, who knows, decided to give us some of the truth. Well, here's a member by the name of Chopper, who's also a part of the same show, who decided to pretty much go, I would say 95% of the way. Because there was a couple of questions he wasn't exactly willing to answer. But here he is in this interview with Real Life Productions, talking about how and why Diddy was able to get away with this stuff, and what he witnessed Diddy do when he walked in on him and another powerful man.
So, you
Diddy
know,
try to impress white people more than he do his own people.
right, Diddy was wealthy, right?
He is wealthy.
He is wealthy.
Yeah.
And they talk about stuff like the Illuminati.
Wow, you gonna go that far?
Yeah, I'm going there.
See
Did you see anything?
Say, bro, if my vape ready, I gotta smoke to this. You gonna fall now.
We're going to go
Y'all see that? I don't think you ready for that.
I think we are.
I don't think you are.
No, I'm not. I'm probably not. Let's go there. But we want to go there.
You sure that's what you want?
Yeah, I want to go there.
All right.
So the Illuminati, is this a real thing?
Yes.
And were you ever introduced to it? Did you?
I would never tell you that, but I would tell you one thing. I told you, success don't come from working hard. What I told you, success comes from being chosen.
Chosen, right?
You just didn't catch me. I went over your head.
Right.
I already told you it was Illuminati.
Okay.
But you gotta have supply and demand. You gotta be able to supply what they're willing. You know, you gotta have it. You gotta have what they want, and your job is to make sure that you keep providing it, or they're gonna do you something.
Right.
I don't think you're ready for that.
Yeah, no. Listen, I want to say we are, but we're not. Because if you say some,
I don't think you're ready for that, Joker.
if you say some that we can't comprehend, it's,
But Joker, you ain't peeped me. I said it to him from the beginning. He ain't count.
yeah, I don't think, because most people want a specific scenario.
I
in
know
which,
you do, but guess what? In this world, I'm not obligated to give you what you want. I'm obligated to give you what you need, and you have to be mentally ready for what you need.
Do you feel if the curtain was pulled back in Hollywood, that America be ready to see what the hell's going on?
America ain't even ready to see aliens.
No, that's right. For real. Let alone some diabolical shit. Let alone some diabolical shit.
So make your mind up. The moment we're ready to encounter aliens is the moment we'll be ready for life. We're not ready for that. I am, but a lot of people ain't ready for that. 99% ain't ready for
They
that.
like the norm.
That's why the 10% always win.
Hey, ignorance is bliss.
Now you get it. Is he gay? Yes. But it...
Like it's like
What makes him gay?
What did you see, Saul?
You owe me extra, Joker. All right. So one time I'm in the studio. I've been trying to get the Lil Daddy video shot for so long, bruh. Probably about 5 months straight. I just signed with Bad Boy South. See, people look at Chop and think, what you think is the band and all that stuff. But the band was over. I signed to Bad Boy South for $500,000. The cameras was off now, right? Diddy's a different person than when the Making the Band cameras was on and when Showtime was over. He became himself, right? One time I tried to get this whole Lil Daddy video shot. Just one video is all I wanted. I had the budget and everything. Diddy kept jugging me. Yeah, I got you. When you got me, you heard me? When you got me, you did. I'm about to say all this stuff. Well, I go to New York. I'm working on the project. Harv called me. I'm like, what's down, Harv? I'm Haitian. Harv is Haitian, right? So I'm a Haitian kid. So me and Harv got a connection. Harv like, where Puff at? It wasn't no Diddy. He was like, where Puff at? I said, he in the A room. He said, put him on the phone. So I'm like, all right. So I go into the A room. When I go into the A room, Paulie there. Paulie is his #1 security guard. You hear me? I'm like, Paulie, Harv wanna talk to Puff. He said, I can't do that. He in here busy. So Harv got on speakerphone, was like, put this on the phone. And Paulie looked that way. So I was like, that's right. Put him on the phone. So I go walk into the room. When I walk into the room, I open the screen. When I open the screen, I seen him and a white powerful man. I promise you, a white powerful man. If you want me to name him, you're going to lose all this.
Don't name him.
You won't be able to post this on the tube.
What movie he produced?
What labels he on?
Ooh.
I wouldn't lie to you like that.
Come on.
And I walked in there and I said, ooh. And I shut that. What I seen was kissing and crotch. I just seen crotch. I know that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Crotch rubbing and kissing.
Ball cradling.
2 days later, I shot the Lil Daddy video in the remix with Lil Wayne.
Come on now. Done.
Make that up. Make that make sense.
We got it done.
When I listened to him, I couldn't help but to think of the Rodney lawsuit. Because in the Rodney lawsuit, what did he say? Diddy was able to get away with so much stuff because Diddy was connected to the right people from the beginning, from the jump. This isn't something that he worked to gain. It was something it was connections he already had from the jump. And in Rodney's lawsuit specifically, he named Lucian Grange, the same guy that Drake listed in one of his songs with Rick Ross. Tell Lucian I said F it on hoes in my budget. Who's powerful? Who is powerful enough in the music industry where you can have an unlimited budget to do whatever you want? Lucian Grange. Who is somebody who brought up Diddy in the industry and have been alleged to be in a relationship with Diddy? Clive Davis. Which makes you wonder, if there are lawsuits that are naming other celebrities as victims and as people who participated as enablers, why are none of these people being named in the court cases? Why are none of these people on trial with Diddy? An even bigger question is, why is it that Diddy hasn't listed any of these people, named any of these people, right? Why? Because there are several names a lot of people was waiting to hear. We hadn't heard any of them. And I gotta say this before this video ends. The reason why this is important for us to talk about, people, is not celebrity gossip. When y'all hop in my comment section, which I don't get a lot of those comments, but every now and again you'll have people to say this is celebrity gossip. There is almost nowhere in the world you watch my videos and think that this is celebrity gossip. Celebrity gossip is posting and making videos about celebrities that are, girl, did you hear about such and such broke up, or such and such wore this outfit and they look good, or such and such got into a scuffle with this person and I heard that they beefing. And that's celebrity gossip, bro. We talking about spiritual stuff on this channel. We're talking about how the music industry is used to infiltrate many avenues and facets of people's lives. That's what we're talking about on this channel. I am a truth-seeking follower of Jesus Christ. And that means the lens that I view the world is going to dictate the way in which I approach these topics. It's not about gossip. It's about understanding that we are dealing with powers and principalities, spirits and principalities in this world that are not physical. This stuff is spiritual. And there's a spiritual battle and war that's happening and being infiltrated onto people. And we have to call it out. And so when you see people like Diddy in this situation, you got to keep a close eye on it, because he's one of the main characters in the music industry that have been placed in position to lead the people astray. So we got to keep an eye on it. Y'all hop in the comment section, give me your thoughts, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Demetrius. I go by Diddy. That's all for this one. Peace.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.